let's get started. So, sitting in whichever position is right for you, cross-legged, kneeling. Can be good to raise your hips up if you're in a cross-legged position, just to enable you to really sit up from the lower back. So you can just take a moment here, whichever position you're in, just to tilt the pelvis forwards ever so slightly and maintain, therefore, the lumbar curve in the lower back. And gently start to draw the lower abdominal muscles in. Lift the chest straight up, roll the shoulders down and back, and rest your hands gently on your legs. And close your eyes and take a moment to arrive in your body, arrive in the practice, and just taking a moment to notice how you are today, noticing any sensations in the body, any areas of tightness or tension, perhaps any areas of pain. Not to judge or criticize, but just to become aware of how you are today. And noticing as well any emotions or mood that you might be bringing with you. Noticing how that manifests in the body. Do you feel restless or calm? And how do you feel that? Is it in your chest, in your face? And then we do a quick body scan, so bring your awareness down into your toes, your feet and your ankles, and bringing the awareness up through the lower legs to the knees and the thighs, feeling the sitting bones dropping down into the earth, and then bringing your awareness up through the torso, perhaps gently lifting your chest a little more as you do so. Bringing the awareness down through the arms to the wrists and hands. And then bringing your awareness up into the neck and head. Relaxing all the facial muscles, the jaw, tongue, the lips, nose and cheeks, the eyes, eyelids, eyebrows and forehead. And then we take 3 deep intentional breaths together. So inhaling right down deep into the abdomen, really use the diaphragm. And exhale, feel the sitting bones drop down one more time. Inhale, breathing wide into the sides and the back of the rib cage. And exhale, relaxing the shoulders down and back. And again, inhale right down deep into the belly, all the way out into the sides, the back of the rib cage, all the way up to the top of the lungs. And exhale, let it go. Let your day go. And perhaps set an intention to be present with yourself, be kind and compassionate with yourself for the next hour as we practice together. Okay, and then open your eyes, interlace your hands in front of you, take a breath in and breathing out, push the hands away. Tips of the thumbs touching, little fingers crossed, drawing the low belly in and up, really pushing those palms away, stretching across the upper back here, straightening the arms. And then really stabilize the torso, so really drawing those low belly muscles in. Take another breath in, and as you breathe out, start to move the arms in the shoulder sockets, but really maintaining the position of the torso. So resisting the urge to go into a back bend here, and finding the movement in the shoulders. So if the shoulders are very tight, perhaps the arms don't come so far back, but don't lean back to get the arms further. And with each exhale, perhaps finding another millimeter of range. And then once you're as far back as your arms would like to go today, start to lift up out of the waist, lengthening the torso using the arms, stretching from hips to armpits to wrists. And start to gently squeeze the upper arms in towards the ears as you resist away with the heels of the hands. Keeping the breaths flowing smooth, low belly still drawing in. Really taking up your full height, lengthening the torso as much as possible. And then slowly release your hands. And if you're in a cross-legged position, you can stretch the legs out in front. If you're kneeling, you can stay where you are. And then cross the legs the other way. So bring the other leg in front. And again, take a moment to really sit up from the lower back. So tilting the pelvis forwards slightly, drawing the low belly in, lifting the chest up, rolling the shoulders down and back, and resting for a moment. Your hands on your legs, taking a couple of breaths here. Inhale, rising up through the crown of the head. And exhale again, shoulders relaxing down and back. Now interlace your hands the other way, so whichever way you habitually do it, switch your grip so you have your less dominant thumb on top. Take a breath in and breathing out, push the palms away. Draw the belly in and up. Stabilize the torso here, really maintaining that position as you take another breath in, and again on the exhale, slowly start to move the arms back. Again, really maintaining that position of the torso, maintaining the belly drawing in, the ribs drawing down to the hips, and just finding the stretch in the shoulder joint. And then once you've got your arms as far back as they will go, you start to lift up out of the waist, lengthening the torso using the arms, feeling the stretch down the sides of the body, hips to armpits to wrists. Heels of the hands are flat up towards the ceiling. Belly is still drawing in, breath is flowing smoothly in and out through the nose. Squeeze your upper arms in towards your ears, resisting away with the heels of the hands. And again, lengthening up, taking up your full height here. And then slowly release the arms and release the legs. And make your way to a standing position. Standing with your big toes together, start to bring the awareness down into the soles of the feet. Just noticing that contact between the soles of the feet and the floor. And then ground down through the heel of the right foot, pick the ball of the foot up, stretch it forwards and spread the toes. And on the left foot, ground down the heel, pick up the ball of the foot, stretch it forwards and spread all the toes nice and wide. And then lift up all your toes together and notice how that brings some activity into the inner arch of the foot. So if you look at my foot, if the toes are relaxed, the arch is just kind of drooping down. And when I lift those toes, it lifts the inner arch of the foot. So see if you can sense that lift, that activation of all the little muscles in the midfoot, and then keeping that sense of lift and activation, just allow the toes to come down. And then this sense of lift, when we go into the other standing postures with our legs apart, that kind of upwards movement in the center of the foot is what you're trying to go for. Now bring your body weight back slightly so that the hips stack directly over the heels. Engage the quadriceps so that the kneecaps lift up. Draw the belly in and up. Lift the front of the pelvis, lift the chest, and extend the fingertips down towards the floor for mountain pose, the foundation of all the standing postures. So we have that sense of lift all going up through the center, the front of the body, inner arches lifted, kneecaps lifted, belly drawing in and up, chest lifted, crown of the head rising up. And then the shoulders, the fingertips, the heels of the feet, all working down towards the earth. And then maintaining that alignment, take a breath in and extend the arms to the sides of the room, extending long through to the fingertips, long fingers, wide palms, and then turning the arms in the shoulder sockets. Take another breath in and breathing out, lift the arms all the way up. And again, lift up out of the waist. Arms are right up by your ears, extending as much as possible, really lengthening the whole torso, taking up your full height. And then maintaining that lift in the spine, allow the arms to come out, turn in the shoulder sockets, and bring them back down by your side. Okay, hands on hips, bend your knees, and step off your feet to a wide stride for the second warrior pose. Have a look down and check that you've got two heels in one line, outside edges of the feet parallel. Find your mountain pose legs, so bring the body weight back slightly over the heels. See if you can find that sense of lift in the arches of the feet. Engage the quadriceps, lift the front of the pelvis, drawing the belly in, and then inhale, outstretch the arms to the sides of the room. Long fingers, wide palms. See if you can find a sense of stretching, broadening across the chest here. Then turn your left foot in slightly and your right foot out all the way so that the inside edge of your right foot is now parallel with the long edge of the mat. Four corners of the torso still facing towards the front. Inhale, lift the chest, take the mind to the back foot, push the heel down, engage this quadricep, and exhale, slowly start to sit down towards the right, but really maintaining the strength and anchor point of this back leg. So that left heel is resisting strongly back. This quadricep is really engaged as you sit down towards the right. Torso standing straight up from the pelvis, so we're not leaning over the right leg, but again, lifting the chest, lifting the crown of the head. Have a look down at your left knee, your right knee, and push the knee over to the little toe side of the foot, so that you can see your big toe, and finally turn your head to look along your right arm. Keep the breath flowing smoothly in and out of the nose, gazing at a single point, and extending, broadening across the chest, stretching to the fingertips of both arms. Again, mind to the back foot, push the heel down, engage the quadricep, and see if you can sit down a little bit more to the right. And then bring your gaze to the front, straighten your right leg, turn the foot round, and relax your arms a moment. Check you've still got 2 heels in one line, body weight back over the heels, kneecaps lifted, front of the pelvis lifted, and then take the arms again out to the side. Turn now your right foot in and the left foot out, inside edge of the foot parallel with the long edge of the mat, torso still facing the front, draw the belly in, lift the chest, and mind to the back foot, push the heel down, engage this quadricep as you slowly start to bend your left knee. Torso staying exactly in the center, spine rising up through the crown of the head. Push the left knee over to the little toe side of the foot so that you can see your big toe, and then finally looking along your left arm. Lift the chest and drop the shoulders down away from your ears, and then strongly extend both arms away, broadening across the chest and the upper back, stretching all the way to the fingertips. Push the right heel down one more, lift the inner arch of the foot, engage the quadricep, see if you can sit down a little bit more to the left, keeping the breath flowing and the gaze on a single point. Then gazing to the front, straighten your left leg, turn the foot round and come to your mountain pose. Body weight back, lift the chest, extend the fingers down towards the floor. Okay, hands on hips, bend the knees, come to a wide stride for extended side angle pose. Keep the hands on the hips, draw the elbows back, left foot in, right foot out, fully rotating that right leg, but torso still facing the front. I'm going to go in and out a few times. So really stand up from this back leg, push that left heel down, keep this left quadricep really engaged. As we inhale, lift the chest, and exhale, sit down to the right, inhaling up, exhaling down. So while we're doing this, your focus is really on resisting back with this back leg, keeping this leg really strong and active, and making sure that the right knee is not falling in towards me, but rather pushing out to the little toe side of the foot. So every time you bend the knee, if you look down, you can see your big toe, maintaining that external rotation of the leg. Still drawing the belly in and up, chest lifted, and as you can see, torso stays completely above the pelvis throughout the movement. Okay, and then next time you're down, stay down, take the right elbow to the right knee, long neck and shoulder here, so don't slump down onto that elbow. Use the elbow to push the knee back even more, and then drawing the belly in with the left hand on the hip, start to turn the tummy and the chest up towards the ceiling. Take the top arm up and over, stretch with the palm facing down, long fingers, wide palms, and then if you wish, you can bring the gaze up, looking past the armpit towards the ceiling. You can keep your elbow on your knee or bring the fingertips down to the mat behind your ankle. Draw the belly in one more time, twisting the torso up towards the ceiling. Back leg really straight, engage that quadricep. And then gaze to the front, keep the knee bent, come up through warrior two. Straighten your leg, turn the feet round, and bring your hands onto your hips. Rest your arms a moment. Check you've still got two heels in one line. Bring the body weight back slightly, engage the quadriceps, lifting the front of the pelvis, lifting the chest, then turn the right foot in slightly and the left foot out all the way, inside edge of the left foot parallel with the mat, drawing the elbows back, torso still facing the front. Mind to the back leg, the right leg, push the heel down, engage the quadricep, keep it engaged as you inhale up out of the waist and exhale, sitting down to the left. And again, moving here with the breath and really maintaining the awareness and the focus in this back leg. That is the anchor point for the posture. So you're really resisting back, pushing that heel down as you sit over to this side and maintaining the activation in this quadricep. So the leg is not passively straight, it's actively straight. You're engaging the quadricep, lifting the kneecap up. Left knee is working out to the little toe side of the foot, not falling in, to maintain that external rotation of the hip joint. Again, belly is drawing in and up, and you're lifting up out of the waist, crown of the head rising towards the ceiling. Okay, next time you're down, remain down. Bring your left elbow to your left knee. Again, nice and strong here through the shoulder, pushing the knee back, using the elbow, drawing the belly in and starting to turn the torso up towards the ceiling. Take the top arm up and over, extend, and if you wish, bring your gaze up towards the ceiling, looking past the arm. Either leave your elbow on your knee, or you can bring the fingertips gently to the floor behind the ankle. Again, belly in, twisting up towards the ceiling, stretching through to the fingertips of the top arm. And the right leg really straight, resisting back with that heel. And then gaze to the front, keep the knee bent. Come up through warrior two. Straighten your left leg. Turn the feet round. And come back to mountain pose. Spread your toes. Body weight back over the heels, kneecaps lifted, chest lifted, and extend the fingertips down to the floor. Breathe. Okay, hands on hips, wide stride, triangle pose. Two heels in one line, outside edges of the feet parallel, body weight back, kneecaps lifted. Inhale, outstretch the arms, stretching across the chest and the upper back. Turn your left foot in, and your right foot out, inside edge of the foot, parallel, body still facing to the front. Both legs stay straight in this posture, so actively lifting the kneecaps up. Draw the belly in, inhale, lift the chest, and as you exhale, lengthen out to the right, really stretching away, as far away as you can before you bring the arm down, so that you're maintaining this length of the underside of your body, and then bringing the hand down to where's appropriate for you. So it may be to the floor, but it may also be up here. And you're really focusing on not turning your body down to face the ground. So this top shoulder should be up and back in line with the bottom shoulder. You may find it easier to maintain that if you come a little bit higher up the leg. Drawing the belly in, really lifting this top hip up and back. You can either keep your gaze forwards or look up towards the top arm, stretching both arms away from the center of your body. Draw the shoulders down away from your ears, chin towards the shoulder, both legs actively straight, engage those quadriceps, keeping the breath flowing. And then you can either hold it there, or you want to challenge your core a little bit, come up slightly and bring the arms in line with the ears, biceps by the ears if possible, both legs still active, engaging the low belly in towards the spine, extend those fingertips away, keep the breath flowing, and then come all the way up, turn the right foot round, and relax your arms down. Take a moment, inhale, rising through the chest and the head, and exhale, let the posture go. Inhale the arms out, stretch out to the side of the room, turn the right foot in slightly, left foot out, inside edge of the left foot parallel with the long edge of the mat. Both legs engage, lift those quadriceps up, draw the belly in, inhale, lift the chest, and exhale, lengthen out to the left, really trying to stretch away before you come down, coming to whichever position is appropriate for you, drawing the belly in, again opening the torso up towards the ceiling and keeping your gaze forwards or looking up to your top arm, shoulders away from the ears, stretching both arms away, belly is strongly drawing in, chin comes towards that top shoulder if you're looking up, and keeping the breath flowing. And then you can either hold it there, come up slightly, and extend the arms by the ears. Make sure the legs are still active, drawing the belly in, using the abdominal muscles to support the weight of the torso, making sure the quadriceps is still engaged, belly drawing in, stretch those fingertips away, and then coming up all the way, turn your feet round, and return to your mountain pose. Spread the toes, body weight back, lift the chest, extend the fingers down towards the floor, and breathe. Okay, hands on hips, and bring your feet to a generous hip distance for chair pose. Find your mountain pose legs, so bring the body weight back onto the heels, lift the arches of the feet, lift those kneecaps, draw the belly in, lift the chest. You can either keep the hands on the hips here with the elbows drawing back, kind of maintaining that open chest position using the elbows, or we can take the arms up by the ears, palms facing in towards each other. Inhale, lift up out of the waist, and exhale, sit down, maintaining the knees directly above the ankles so the knees aren't going out or in, belly in towards the spine, and lifting the chest up, so we should be in a back bend here. Sit the hips down a little bit more, draw the belly in more, and again, lift the chest up one more time. Body weight is back through the heels, so really sit down and back, keeping the breath flowing. Can you lift the arms up a little bit more? Can you sit down a little bit more? And then coming all the way up, bring the arms down and feet together. Inhaling up through the crown of the head, exhaling fingertips to the floor. We go again with the knees and feet together. So again, hands on hips or up above the head. Lift up out of the waist on an inhale, and then exhale, sitting down, drawing the belly in, body weight through the heels, chest lifted, so we're really in a back bend here, drawing the arms back, feeling the lats, the back muscles working to keep the arms coming back. Sit down a little bit more, body weight still through the heels, belly in. Sit down one more time, chest up more. And then standing all the way up, bringing the arms down, and breathe. Body weight back over the heels, lift the chest, extend the fingers down to the floor. Okay, come to the top edge of your mat if you haven't already. And again, come to a generous hip distance with the outside edges of the feet parallel. Body weight back over the heels, really engage those quadriceps. And we're going to go in and out of the forward bend a few times. So again, your options here, you can either keep the hands on the hips with the elbows drawing back, keeping the chest open, or you can take the arms up above the head, which is going to challenge those back muscles a little bit more to support the weight of the arms. So coming to whichever arm position is right for you, and then really lift up out of the waist, lengthen the front of the body, even go into a little bit of a back bend here, and then maintaining that length in the front of the body, come forwards as much as you can without rounding, And then inhaling back up, lifting up out of the waist, exhaling forwards, and inhaling up. So going here on the rhythm of your own breath, but really focusing on keeping the front of the body long. So we're bringing this lowest rib a little bit further down, but the chest and the head stay up, so that you're kind of maintaining that slight back bend and really finding the movement in the hip joints. As you get to the top, squeeze the glutes, pushing the pelvis forwards. And as you're coming down, you're really squeezing the belly button in towards the spine. If your arms are up by your ears, make sure they really are by your ears, so they're not kind of drooping down in front of your face, but you're keeping them up and back, using the strength of your back muscles to support the weight of your arms. Okay, next time you're at the top, everyone bring hands to the hips. Draw the belly in, again lift up out of the waist one more, and we're going to come down to a halfway position and hold it. This may be, if your hamstrings are very tight, it may be a higher position for you. So maintaining the lumbar curve here, no rounding of the lower back. If the hamstrings are more open, you might be able to come down more without rounding the back here. Whichever position you're in, squeeze your belly in and lift the chest, so sternum is drawing forwards, elbows drawing back, opening across the chest. Quadriceps are engaged, so lift the kneecaps up and see if you can turn the tailbone slightly up towards the ceiling. Keeping the breath flowing, lengthening the front of the body. See if you can stretch your sternum, your chest a little bit further forwards. And then bend your knees as much as you need to lay your stomach down on your thighs. And bring your hands to the floor and relax your head down. Again, really bending the knees as much as you need to here. So finding a position that is relaxed and relatively comfortable, considering what kind of position we're in. You may want to scoop your lowest rib a little bit further down towards your knees. And you can shake your head, nod your head, really allow the head to relax down here, lengthening the breath. And then maintaining the connection between your stomach and your thighs. Just see if you can lift the hips up ever so slightly. So this will be a really tiny movement. You're not trying to straighten your legs, you're focusing on keeping the connection between the stomach and the thighs. And then everyone bend the knees a lot. Bring the hands flat on the floor if they're not already, and step your way back to your first plank position. Drawing the belly strongly in towards the spine and squeezing the tailbone down, activating through the glutes, pushing the floor away. Shoulders are in a protracted position, quadriceps are engaged, shoulders are working down away from the ears. Breath is flowing smoothly in and out of the nose. Gaze just a little bit in front of the fingertips, head in line with the spine, squeezing that belly in strongly. For just a couple more breaths here. And then bring the knees down to the mat, knees wide, toes together, and just drop the knees down, the hips down towards the heels, and you can relax here completely, or if you want to be a little bit active, you can creep the fingertips away from you, lengthening the torso away from the hips, and of course resisting back with the hips, keeping the breath flowing. Okay, draw the belly in and make your way back to a kneeling position. So we're gonna go through the little vinyasa sequence that we sometimes do a few times. I'm gonna, we'll go through once very slowly, so holding each position for a few breaths, and I'm gonna give you lots of cues of where the different parts of your body should be, and then we'll speed it up and go through with the rhythm of the breath. Okay, so we'll start in a downward dog position, which we come to through all fours. So set yourself up first of all in a all fours position with the fingers spread wide and the whole hand pushing down to the floor. So particularly when we go into down dog, you may find that the base of the first knuckle wants to lift up and the hands kind of tip to the outside, but really maintaining that push down of the base of the first knuckle. And have a look down at your wrists and see that the bend of the wrist is parallel with the short edge of your mat. And then here, as I've said a few times before, take, if anything, a longer tabletop rather than a shorter one, which is just going to make your downward dog a little bit more comfortable for your spine. Draw the belly in, so we're in a nice neutral spine position here with the abdomen working up towards the spine, pushing the floor away so the shoulders are protracted. And then tuck your toes under, knees are hip distance apart, drop the hips back towards the heels and start to activate here through the arms. So push strongly into the arms before we go anywhere, really like you're trying to push your hips further back away from you, like you're trying to lift your knees up off the floor using your arms. Really active here through the arms. And then maintaining that position of the upper body, take a breath in and breathing out, start to straighten the legs, turning in the hip sockets, but keeping the body pushing back as far as possible. So really using those arms to push the body weight back towards the feet. Relax the head completely, just allow the head to hang down between the arms. Your knees can be bent, the heels can be up, and if you want to take a little walk here, bending one knee and the other knee, you can do so. Taking the mind again to the hands, making sure that the full hand is in contact with the mat, so the base of the first knuckle especially is not lifting up here. And then coming to stillness in the legs, everyone bend the knees a lot, turn the tailbone up towards the ceiling, and then perhaps straighten the legs a little bit, but finding that nice neutral spine position and prioritizing that over straight legs and heels down. Really turning the tailbone up here, taking the stretch into the back of the legs, push the hands back one more, and then drawing the belly in, start to roll forwards, coming to your plank position. So now the energy is really up. We're squeezing the belly in, pushing it up towards the ceiling. Shoulders are protracted, pushing the floor away. Quadriceps are engaged. And as the glutes are squeezing down, tailbone pushing down to maintain that real strong position around the spine. Keep the breath flowing, legs actively straight, belly drawing in. If you need to drop your knees here, feel free to do so. And then we're going to come forwards into a chaturanga. So as we do this, elbows stay in tight to the body. The elbows want to kind of scrape by the sides of your torso. They're not going out to the side. So the body weight starts to come forwards, tipping over the hands, elbows in tight, lowering down slowly to your chaturanga. If you need to drop your knees, please feel free to do so. Squeeze your glutes, really active through the glutes here, tailbone down, belly in. Keep the breath flowing, legs are straight, and then come forwards to your up dog. Again, you can either drop your legs completely down so that the thighs are resting on the floor, or you can be a little bit more active here, lifting the legs up and just resting on the tops of the feet. Squeeze your glutes, tailbone working down, trying to lengthen here the lower back. Lift the chest, shoulders away from the ears, breath flowing smoothly, long neck, gazing straight forwards. And then you're going to tuck the toes and push your way back to a downward dog. Drop your knees, toes together, knees wide, and relax in a child's pose. Really breathing deep into the belly, using the breath to massage the back of the body, sending the breath all the way up to the top and the back of the lungs. Okay, and then coming up again to your all fours position. So we're going to now do that with the rhythm of the breath. So you're going to be going with your own breath, so you may be on a slightly different timing from me, that's fine. Setting up first of all in your tabletop position, pushing the floor away, tuck your toes under, drop the hips back, really start to activate through the arms, so start to push the floor away, relax the head, take a breath in, and breathing out, lift up into your downward dog position. Then you're gonna inhale forwards to plank, belly in, exhaling down to your chaturanga, drop your knees if you need to, elbows in tight, inhaling to your up dog, shoulders away from the ears, and exhaling to your down dog. So now just continuing through those movements, going with the rhythm of your breath. Making sure that the elbows stay in tight as you go through chaturanga. Drop your knees if you need to. Turning the tailbone up in your downward dog. And then next time you're in your down dog, hold it there for a couple of breaths, relax the head, and then drop your knees, knees together this time, hips back, relax the arms down by the sides of the body, and breathe into the back of the body, using the belly against the thighs. And then draw your belly in and slowly start to restack the spine, coming up to a kneeling position. And we're going to come down to the floor. So either lay yourself down straight away on your belly. If you're feeling like you want to relax straight away, you won't get to relax for long, don't worry. Or if you want to meet me the plank here and slowly start to bend the elbows and lower yourself down as slow as possible to the floor, you can do that. Okay, once you have arrived on the floor, take the mind to the feet. Feet are hip distance with the tops of the feet pushing evenly into the floor. So big toe and little toe side of the foot evenly pushing down into the floor. Quadriceps engaged so that the kneecaps pop up as you engage those quadriceps. Glutes are squeezing down, so the tailbone pointing down to the floor to maintain the length in the lower back here. Then bring your hands to the sides of your chest and squeeze the elbows down and back towards the hips. So you're trying to grab your own hip bones with your elbows. Take the mind back to the legs. Make sure all those things haven't gone to sleep. So tops of the feet still pushing down, kneecaps lifted, glutes squeeze. Take a breath in and lift the chest and head up. And we're using the back muscles to lift the chest and head, not the hands. So if you want to lift your hands up and adjust your glasses, you're perfectly able to do so. Squeeze the elbows in one more and draw them down. Shoulders away from the ears, glutes are still squeezing, and lift the chest up a little bit more. Keep the breath flowing, smooth little sips of air in and out through the nose in a back bend, not deep breaths. You won't be able to do deep breaths here, but just little smooth sips in and out. Lift up a little bit more, and then slowly bring the upper body down, turn your head to the right. Relax your arms, relax the legs, allow the heels to fall out to the sides, and breathe into the lower back. Really using the diaphragm, breathing into the belly and thereby pushing the breath into the lower back, gently massaging those back muscles with your breath. Bring the chin forwards, reset through the legs, tops of the feet pushing down, quadriceps engage, lifting the kneecaps up, squeeze the glutes, send the tailbone down, and bring your arms up by your ears with the little fingers resting on the floor, palms facing in towards each other. So it's kind of like when we're in, all the standing postures. Mountain pose, that's the one. Okay, so maintaining all those things, take a breath in and we're going to lift everything up, lifting the legs up and the arms up. Arms are by the ears, so not drooping down in front of you. The legs are straight, so don't be tempted to bend your knees to get your feet higher. Maintain the straightness of your legs. Extending the toes away. Imagine someone's got a hold of your fingertips and your toes and they're pulling them in opposite directions. So you're not just going up, you're also going out, lengthening the body, squeezing the glutes, lifting up a little bit more. And then slowly releasing down. Turn your head to the left, relax your arms by your sides. Relax the legs, heels fall out to the side, breathe into your lower back. And then bring the chin forward. And this time we're gonna zip the legs together. Still tops of the feet evenly down towards the floor. So when we bring the legs together, there can be a tendency to try and bring the heels together and thereby turn the legs out. But see if you can maintain the little toe side of the foot pushing into the floor, but with the knees and the big toes together. Engage the quadriceps, kneecaps lift up, squeeze the glutes, palms facing down towards the ground. You can bring the arms out to shoulder height if you have space, or bring them down by the sides of the body if you have not much space, like me. And then re-engaging through the legs if they've gone to sleep. Take a breath in and lift everything up off of the floor. Again, legs remain straight, engaging the quadriceps, engaging the glutes. Lift the toes up a little bit more, lift the chest up a little bit more. Turn your palms to face forwards, draw the fingers away, really open across the chest here. Using the back muscles to lift the head and the chest. Legs up one more, chest up one more, and then slowly release down, turn your head to the right, release your arms, release the legs, breathe into the lower back. Okay, and then bring the bring the elbows forwards and come up into a Sphinx position. And then this time we are gonna lift the legs up and move them to either side. So again, maintaining the straightness of the legs. So engage the quadriceps so that the kneecaps lift up. Lift the legs up as much as possible, and then they come out to the side and in towards each other. Keeping the shoulders relaxed away from the ears. See if you can lift the legs up a little bit more. Legs remaining straight, lengthening the toes away from you. And then bring everything down. Arms rest outside your side. Relax the feet and breathe into the back. Bring the chin forwards, hands by the sides of the chest. Either push yourself up and back directly to a child's pose, or if you want to come up through your plank, you can do so. And again, dropping down into a child's pose. We've just been doing back bend, so maybe don't go quite so extreme. You might want to stack your hands and rest your forehead on the hands here. Or maybe it feels good just to come all the way down. And again, breathing into the belly. Sending the breath into the back. And then draw the belly in and start to roll your way up to a kneeling position. And you're going to come over onto your back sides. Bring the feet mat width apart, flat on the floor, not too far away from your hips. And then lower yourself down onto the mat. I need to move my box out of the way. And then we're just gonna allow the legs to fall to one side, keeping the feet on the floor, and then coming back to center and over to the other side. So Massaging here over the glutes and taking the lower back into a gentle twist. And you can do this quite passively, just allowing gravity to do its thing with your legs, or you can make it a little bit more active and actually work the knees down, working each knee down towards the opposite foot, taking the legs into a bit more of an internal rotation. And then coming back to center, draw the knees up towards your chest and gently squeeze them down, but keep the pelvis down. So don't squeeze the knees in so much that the pelvis lifts up. Keep the tailbone working down towards the ground and just squeeze the knees in from there. Drawing the shoulders down away from your ears. And if you want to have a little roll from side to side here as well, you can. And then coming to stillness and bringing the feet again flat on the floor, we prepare for Shavasana. So bring the hands, palms facing up towards the ceiling. Push the elbows down, lift the chest and draw the shoulder blades down underneath your heart. And then push the feet into the floor, gently lift the hips and lengthen the lower back down away from your head. And then bring the legs flat on the floor. Allow the feet to fall out to the side. Close your eyes and make any final adjustments so that you can be comfortable and still in your Shavasana. Allowing the earth to support your body. Allowing the muscles to let go. Allowing the bones to sink a little deeper towards the floor. And then bring your awareness down into your toes, into the soles of the feet and the tops of the feet, and relax them. And bring your awareness into your ankles, up through the shins and the calves, and relax them. And then bring your awareness to your knees and your thighs, to the hips and the pelvis, allowing the pelvis to sink a little deeper towards the floor. Bring the awareness up through the spine, the lower back, middle back, and upper back. And bringing the awareness to the abdomen, softening, spreading, the rib cage and the chest, relaxing, softening. And your awareness to your shoulders, down through the upper arms and elbows, to the forearms, wrists and hands. And then bring your awareness into your neck and head, relaxing the jaw, the tongue, the lower lip, upper lip, nose and cheeks. Relaxing the eyes and the eyelids, the eyebrows and the forehead. Everything softening, letting go, allowing yourself to be supported. And then bringing your awareness to your breathing. Noticing the gentle movement of the abdomen as you inhale and exhale. Noticing the sensation of the air on any exposed skin. Noticing the points of contact between your body and the floor. And if you want to stay in Shavasana, feel free to do so. Or you can start to bring the breath to a fuller level, deepening, lengthening the breath again. And gradually starting to invite some movement into the toes and the fingers, noticing what it feels like to move them after having been still for just a short time. Perhaps taking a full body stretch, stretching the legs, stretching the arms. And then when you're ready to bringing yourself back to an upright position, sit up straight one last time, either cross-legged or on your knees. Close your eyes. And you can either keep your hands resting on your legs or you can bring them to a prayer position in front of your heart, thumbs resting on the sternum. Bow your chin towards your chest. Take a moment to give thanks to yourself for taking the time to practice today. And then raise your head and open your eyes. Namaste, everyone. Thank you very much for practicing with me.